Bullies target single mom's family, unaware she's a former Marine. The first punch wasn't thrown by a fist. It came in the form of laughter. Every afternoon, as Sarah Mitchell picked up her 8-year-old son Ethan and 12-year-old daughter Lily from school, the same group of neighborhood troublemakers stood outside the nearby convenience store, making cruel jokes. There goes the Charity family. Maybe their dad finally realized he could do better. The words cut deeper than they knew. Sarah never answered. She simply smiled at her children and kept walking. What no one in the neighborhood knew was that before becoming a single mother, Sarah had served 12 years as a United States Marine. She had completed deployments overseas, led rescue missions under fire, and earned medals she kept hidden inside an old wooden box. To her children, she was simply mom. To everyone else, she looked like an exhausted waitress working double shifts. After leaving the military, Sarah chose a quiet life. She never talked about her past because she believed actions mattered more than titles. Money was tight. Every dollar went toward rent, groceries, and school supplies. Still, she always found time to help neighbors carry groceries, shovel snow for elderly residents, or volunteer at the community food pantry. Her children learned kindness from watching her. One rainy Friday afternoon, Ethan forgot his backpack near the playground. When he ran back to get it, 3 teenage bullies surrounded him. The oldest, Tyler, grabbed the backpack. "You want it back," he laughed. "Come take it." Ethan tried to stay calm. "My homework is inside." The boys dumped his books into muddy puddles. One notebook landed face down in the water. The pages dissolved. Tears filled Ethan's eyes, but he refused to cry. Just then Sarah arrived. She quietly walked toward the group. Her voice stayed calm. "Please hand my son's backpack back." Tyler smirked. "Or what?" The other boys laughed. Sarah looked each of them in the eye. "I don't want trouble." Instead of yelling or threatening them, she picked Ethan's books out of the mud. She thanked a nearby teacher who helped gather the papers. The bullies expected anger. Instead, they saw patience. That somehow made them laugh even harder. The video someone recorded of the incident spread across social media. Many people mocked Sarah for doing nothing. Others called her weak. She ignored every comment. That weekend, the harassment grew worse. Someone spray painted "losers" across their garage door. Their mailbox was knocked over. Late one night, rocks hit the front windows. Lily became frightened. "Mom, why do they hate us?" Sarah hugged both children. Sometimes people carry pain they don't know how to deal with. She never mentioned revenge. Monday morning, the school announced a family sports fundraiser. Parents and students gathered on the football field. Tyler and his friends spotted Sarah volunteering near the entrance. They began making jokes again. One of them accidentally shoved Ethan to the ground. Everything became silent. Sarah stepped forward. Her posture changed. Years of Marine discipline returned in an instant. She helped Ethan stand. Then she calmly faced the teenagers. "I'm asking one last time. Walk away." Something about her voice made several adults stop talking. Tyler ignored the warning. He reached toward Ethan again. In one smooth movement, Sarah redirected his arm, stepped aside, and gently guided him to the grass without hurting him. Before anyone realized what happened, Tyler was lying on his back, completely unable to move. Sarah never struck him. She simply controlled the situation. The crowd stared in disbelief. Parents rushed closer. One father whispered, "Who is she?" An elderly veteran, standing nearby, recognized Sarah. His eyes widened. "That's Staff Sergeant Sarah Mitchell. I served with Marines who talked about her." The whispers spread through the crowd. The bullies suddenly realized the quiet single mother wasn't weak at all. Police officers arrived after several parents called. After reviewing security footage, they saw Sarah had acted only to protect her son. No charges were filed. Instead, officers began asking questions about the months of harassment. Witnesses came forward. Neighbors shared doorbell camera footage. Teachers described repeated bullying. The truth finally surfaced. The teenagers faced serious consequences through the juvenile justice system and mandatory counseling. But Sarah wasn't interested in celebrating. A week later, she visited the youth community center. To everyone's surprise, Tyler was there completing volunteer hours. He looked embarrassed. Sarah walked over carrying 2 boxes of donated food. Tyler avoided eye contact. "I guess you're here to tell me how terrible I am." Sarah shook her head. No, I'm here because people can change. Tyler looked confused. She handed him one of the boxes. Help me deliver these. For the next 2 hours, they visited elderly residents who couldn't leave their homes. One veteran living alone thanked Tyler for carrying groceries upstairs. An elderly woman cried after receiving fresh meals. Tyler had never seen gratitude like that before. On the drive back, he finally spoke. My dad left when I was 10. My mom works nights. I've been angry at everyone. Sarah listened without interrupting. Anger explains behavior. It doesn't excuse it. He nodded slowly. I'm sorry, especially to Ethan. The next day, Tyler stood in front of Ethan and Lily at school. In front of dozens of students, he apologized. Not because someone forced him. Because he meant it. The apology surprised everyone. Weeks passed. The bullying stopped. Tyler and several other teenagers began volunteering every Saturday at the same food pantry where Sarah served. Ethan even helped organize donated school supplies for children who needed them. Lily started a kindness club at school. Parents who once judged Sarah now thanked her for showing strength without hatred. They finally understood that real courage wasn't about winning fights. It was about knowing when compassion could accomplish what anger never could.